go. 3, 2, 1.
Boom! And welcome to the Big Honker Podcast today, brought to you by Boss Shot Shells. Check them out at bosshotshells.com. That's where we're going to be shooting them little gray darts with on Monday, September 1st here. I'm Jeff Stanfield, locally known, locally hated, with the world-famous Andy Shaver.
Very good, very good. So August 28th, it's Thursday, and before anything gets rolling, I just want to send out thoughts and prayers.
I can't wait to hear this.
Everybody's team is undefeated right now.
Oh, okay.
Everything kicks off tonight. College football kicks off tonight. Pros kick off next week. Everybody's even. Everybody feels like this is their year. So thoughts and prayers.
Whose year is it? Who do you think whose year is it?
Probably the same people it always is.
So you don't think there's going to be no changes in whose year it is?
Unfortunately, no.
So you think in February, when the Super Bowl's being played, we're going to be looking at Kansas City and Philadelphia?
Oh, I thought you meant college. I think, yeah, probably. I think college is down to 4 teams. I think the pros is down to 4 teams.
Who are the 4 teams in college?
Ohio State, Texas, Georgia, and Clemson.
Those would be for 4 good, solid guesses, I'd say.
And then I think the NFL, you're looking at Buffalo, Baltimore, Kansas City, Detroit, and Philadelphia. So 5.
I don't think my Skins are one of the top. I don't think they'll have a chance to go to the Super Bowl this year. I hope they do, but I'm being realistic about it. I think the Cowboys' expectations are going to be really bad. I think they got a lot of of problems inside, and I think it's going to hurt them. I think San Francisco could be a really dark horse this year. I really do. They got a good roster still. So we'll see. What do you think is going to happen? And I'm not picking on the guy because I think he's a great guy, and I hope it works out well for him. Tech spent a ton of money to win. Mm-hmm. If they don't win this year, if they don't win 8 games, they fire the guy?
No.
They'll keep him, you think, even if they don't win 8 games?
I saw, listen.
I think John Gruden ends up at Texas Tech if
I know a
what's his name don't win.
lot of people putting evidently the odds are good in Vegas for Texas, right? Texas Tech.
It is. They've spent a ton of money for help me today players. I mean, not for the future, but right now. But I'm saying if they don't win 10 games, I'm going to go to 10. I think if Joey don't win 10 games, they fire him.
How many games do they play?
13 games.
Oh.
If for the money they spent, if they don't win 10 games, I think they fire him.
Failure?
Yep.
I don't know.
Because you're looking at money now, it's changed the whole game. It's just not a
right. Hey, let's play a bowl game and be happy.
Yeah, it's not. Let's go to the Alamo Bowl.
Yeah.
I mean, they've spent serious money, $20-something million to win. They expect to win.
Yeah.
So I think if he don't win 10 games, they fire him.
Bring on Gruden. All right, so I just want to get that out of the way. I know there's going to be a lot of disgruntled people probably by September 15th. So, sorry. Just enjoy it. Just enjoy the next couple of weeks because right now everything's early, everything's fresh, and then we get into everything goes to.
I know a couple that got a divorce over college football.
That seems
that he was going to one school, she went to another, and it didn't work out.
God,
over football.
God, everything you can get divorced over, cheating.
I think they would let that pass.
Getting fat, whatever.
Well, that was kind of harsh to the fat people.
Well, sorry. All these reasons: infidelity, bankruptcy, whatever drives people to divorce. College football. That's the bridge too far. Okay, let's get on with it because I've got stuff to do today. One of the most famous speeches was delivered today. Gettysburg
Address?
Nope.
But John F. Kennedy's "What Can You Do for Your Country?" But what can your country do for you?
Nope.
How does it say?
Think not what your country can do for you,
but what you can do for your country. Well, we are.
Was that JFK that said that?
Yes, I think so. I'm sure I've blundered this. Probably George Washington, but I think it was JFK.
I thought it might have been FDR during the Depression.
When we started the frickin' tax deal, that's the stupidest shit.
It doesn't matter, but anyway, keep thinking of you're on the right track.
Tear down that wall, Mr. Gorbachev.
Nope.
Oh,
okay,
Jesus.
this guy's not in politics. He's not a politician delivering a speech.
Oh, well, hell, I don't have a clue then.
MLK, the I Have a Dream speech was today.
Iconic speech with all those others. Maybe bigger than that, other than the JFK or the Gettysburg. I'd say it's probably number 3.
And when you think to all of his partying that has now been declassified thanks to the FBI, I don't think the man ever slept. There's a mosquito in here.
So basically what we're talking about is MLK is no different than any of these jackasses on TV today.
Lots of.
He's right on your face.
I know they love me. That's right. That's just jujitsu hands. Loved his gay orgies and straight orgies, and if there was a hole, he was sticking his penis in it. So
you're telling me that MLK probably could have been hanging out with P. Diddy?
Have you not read the documents?
No, I don't give a crap about reading them.
Well, I mean, they're summarized basically, but yeah.
No, I don't give two shits.
Lots of baby oil. Lots of baby oil. So, not taking away from what the man did, he gave this I Have a Dream speech to a crowd of about 250,000 people attending the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom. The demonstrators, black, white, poor, and rich, came together at the nation's capital to demand voting rights and equal opportunity for African Americans and to an appeal for an end to racial segregation and discrimination. So I should remember this, but I don't. This all had to do with the poll tax. Do you remember what the poll tax was?
It wasn't for strippers. It was for people at
I know that. Let me look. It somehow affected the black community disproportionately. Okay. A poll tax is a fixed fee required for each individual to vote. Okay, so that's what it was. You had to pay to vote, and then that affected the poor.
That should. That's a bullshit tax.
So anyway, that is kind of what led to this march, and also racial discrimination in the South. They wanted fair employment and education for minority communities. In October 1964, King was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize, and then April 4th, 1968 is when he was shot in Memphis, Tennessee. He was 39, and the gunman was, as we have talked about many times, James Earl Ray. Okay, that was my event that happened today. My person that was born today is one of the best-selling music artists of all times. She has sold over 100 million records. She is the best-selling female artist in country music history. Go.
In country music history? Carrie Underwood?
No.
Reba McEntire?
No.
Shania Twain?
Shania Twain. Billboard named her as the leader of the 1990s country pop crossover stars. She was the first Taylor Swift, basically.
She was. That's a really good analogy. I've never heard that before.
She married Mutt Lange, who also produced. He was Def Leppard's producer. They are divorced now. She is with somebody else. Who's she with? Where's that at?
Maybe she's going to marry Bill Belichick and do the crossover like Taylor Swift.
She's married to... She's been married since 2011, so I guess she's happily married. Actually, she's from Ottawa, or Ontario.
She's Canadian.
She's from Windsor, Ontario.
Do you know the second most popular Canadian singer? Country singer?
Oh, country singer?
Yeah, a lady named Anne Murray.
Nope. I was going to say Michael Bublé.
I didn't know he was Canadian.
Pretty sure.
I didn't know that.
Yep, he's Canadian. So I have said this before. If you are ever in a slump, goose hunting, whatever, you're in a slump in life, period.
Whose boots are you betting?
No, put on Shania Twain's third album, Come On Over, and listen to that from start to finish. It's got some bangers. Mainly that don't impress me much will pull you out of your slump. So listen to it.
If I was on
everybody laughs. Everybody laughs until they're in a slump and they need a slump buster.
Could you imagine being on a hunt somewhere and the guide's truck pulls up and they're
sorry.
Don't impress me much.
I'm sorry. It works.
Is that the one? Is that the one that says "Hey girls"?
No, that is "Let's Go Girls."
Let's Go.
What is that?
Who sings that?
She sings it, but I think it's "Man, I Feel Like a Woman." That's what
I think that is. That is it.
Earned her 4 Grammy awards. 4 Grammys came from that.
Boy, she was a smoke show when she first came out. Good God.
Yeah, she's still not bad. All right, and my person that died today, I hesitated doing this because it's kind of a dark story. It kind of goes with MLK and what he was fighting, but 14-year-old boy that was abducted and lynched in Mississippi in 1955. Do you know his name, Jeff?
Emmett Till.
Emmett Till, 10 points.
Why do you always test me?
Congratulations. So I had never heard of this case until I got to college, and then I had to read a book about
Mississippi Burning, great movie.
That's what that was about?
I believe so.
Never seen that movie. So Emmett Till, for those of you that don't know, like me, I was in the dark until I went to college. Emmett Till was a young man. He was 14 years old. He lived in Chicago. He grew up in the North, so he was not privy to what was going on in the South. So during the summer of 1955, he went to visit relatives in Mississippi, Money, Mississippi, to be exact.
I think it's Mississippi Burn. I think that's what it was about.
And he, what do they call it? Cat call? Not a cat call. He whistled at a white woman, going into a grocery store. And then this is where the reports start conflicting. She says that he assaulted her and was handsy with her and made some rude gestures. Other people say he just did the whistle. Either way, her husband gets back. He was, at the time that this happened, he was on a shrimp boat, so he was out a couple of days. He comes back. Here's the story. They take Emmett from his uncle's house where he was staying the summer with, and him and a buddy take him to a barn. And once again, this is where the reports start conflicting because they admitted to kidnapping him. They said they returned him back to his aunt and uncle's house after they beat him. They wanted to scare the boy. Either way, he was shot above his right ear. And then in an effort to get rid of the body, they went to the local cotton gin and they got a fan that weighed about 70 pounds. They tied it in barbed wire around his neck and they sunk him in the bottom of the Tallahatchie River.
Yeah,
I think I'm pronouncing that right. He stayed in the river for a couple of days, and when two young boys were fishing the river, they found him, and he was unrecognizable. He had been in the river. He was bloated, and if you hadn't ever seen this, you can look up the photographs. His parents opted for an open casket to
show everybody,
create awareness of what had happened to young Emmett. The two men that committed the crime were arrested. And then it goes to trial. And how do you think that trial ended out?
A mistrial or a hung jury or innocent?
It was totally innocent. Yep. All jurors were white men, and all jurors, they deliberated for 67 minutes. One juror came back and said if we hadn't stopped for a pop break, it would have been even shorter than that.
It's just
so
hard.
They were let go.
It just makes me sick that shit like that happened. You know, I lied. Mississippi Burning was about loosely based on a Jewish kid and two black kids that in Mississippi.
Matthew McConaughey, right? And
no,
William Dafoe?
No. William Dafoe and Gene Hackman. It's a great movie. Come out in '88. Very good movie. I don't like watching shit like that because it pisses me off.
And like I said, I hesitated doing this.
No,
one.
that's history.
Well, it's a very, very dark case. So after they are found innocent, since they can't, double jeopardy is not a thing.
Yeah, once you're found innocent, you're done.
They sit down with I think it's the Times. Let me look. It was in here. They sit down with a magazine after the fact. Look magazine is what it was. They were both paid $3,600 to $4,000, depending on who you listen to, and they admit to killing the boy. It was not the wife's husband. It was his counterpart. According to them, whenever they were beating him, Emmett said, "You're no different than me. Basically, we're equal." And he said, "What else could I do?" He thought he was as good as any white man. So they shot him, tied barbed wire around his neck, attached it to a fan from a gin, stuck him in the middle of the river. Then the family went and they tried to get kidnapping charges on the two guys because they admitted to doing that. Mississippi would not touch it, so they went on and life as usual. And then in an interview with the lady that was catcalled at, in her later in her life, she did an interview in 2008 8, and she said that the boy never said anything to her in the grocery store. So basically, it was a whistle, and then that was it. But yeah, it's one of those cases I never heard about in high school. Didn't hear about it until college. I think they've recently made a movie about it. I will not watch it because I'm like Jeff. I don't want to see stuff like that.
You know,
It's a tough one.
You know why I hate movies like this?
Well, I mean, it's a 14-year-old kid.
No, it bothers me the whole story, the whole way things were. I don't like it, and I don't like that it just stirs up shit. It's like peeling a scab back. History needs to be told. Young people need to know about the world it is. But every white person did not agree with that. And every white person wasn't involved with that. And that's what I get so sick and tired of in our world is white people are all blanketed in as like we all own slaves.
Right.
And all of our ancestors did. And in my case, and in your case, that was never the case. You know, we never had slaves or nothing, and I'm against all that shit, and I don't think anybody should be treated that way. But I get sick and tired of them lumping all white people into the same thing. You're all racist. We're not racist. Just because we disagree with someone because they're a different color than we are isn't a racial thing.
Right.
I disagree with my wife more than anybody. Yeah. It's not a race thing. But it's a horrible time in America, and it's sad. And the Mississippi Burning show it'll piss you off too. It makes you so it's just hard to believe that people could hate people so much. I just don't understand that kind of hatred for anyone.
It's because you weren't there.
No, but
you weren't there in the times.
I understand that, but I just can't imagine hating people because of what color they are.
I mean, you weren't there.
No, it's a sad deal. I mean, that's a bad thing. That's bad.
But anyway, they like I said, they've made a movie. I will not watch it. But that is the case of Emmett Till. He died today. He was abducted in the late hours of the 27th, and then he was killed in the early morning hours of August 28th. So that is it. Oh, also he overcame polio. So he had a speech deficiency, they said. And one of the ways that his mother, he had trouble with the letter B. And they said his mother taught him one of the ways he had a real bad stutter. And they said his mother taught him as a way to combat the stutter was to kind of whistle softly. So there are reports now that maybe he was talking to his friends and was trying not to stutter and kind of whistled at the same time this lady was passing by. They don't know. But the defense said that there was no way that they could identify that was Emmett. So therefore, DNA testing wasn't a thing back then. So they said, like, we can't tell who this kid is. So who's to say this is even Emmett? So I think that got into the jury's head, but either way, it was an all-white jury. So even if you could recognize Emmett, I think it probably would have been the same. So that is August 28th. Everybody have a great day. Enjoy college football tonight. I just hope everybody has fun.
God bless. Have a great day.
Watch for deer.